Thank you. We'll talk about medical aerospace research, and I will try to explain what's going on with this picture. I will try to explain what's behind. So first of all, my name is Francis, something similar to that. Sorry, I will explain a little bit. So I have a feet on the ground work. I'm an eye surgeon, and I also been involved with the University of Otago. I take care about patients and also about penguins, and now hopefully dolphins with toxoplasma. Talking, hopefully we can work on that. I try to create awareness about the importance of vision, and one of my hobbies is to do aerospace. And I will explain what I'm doing. So how are we trying to do the research I'm doing? This is flying micro. Yes, let's do it lower. And it's more fun than it would look like. So if you see that, I'm laughing all the time. I cannot stop. And it's an impressive experience. You feel deep satisfaction, deep happiness. And it's a great experience. But like everything in life, it arrives to one end. But this has a purpose. And how we do that, it's very easy. You only have to get a plane, you go it up, and then you put it down. So it's around 20 seconds, because I think that the video cuts me around here, but that, I suppose it's fine, isn't it? Sorry. So now it's better. No, I'm not kidding. I'm just looking at the face, and it was like that all the time. Sorry. So I was explaining here what's going on. So you get a plane. It's very easy. You go up, and then you go down. So in this way, you have no microgravity for 20 seconds. If it's 20 seconds, because I think it will be like 5 seconds more, yes, thank you. Then the wings will break, and then you wouldn't be so happy. So everything is very well established. And basically, the research we do is we are doing 30 of these parabolas. It's called parabola flight, and I have been involved with that for a long time. This is for last year. And why I'm doing that? Because eyes are super cool. It's the best thing. I don't know if you're going to be listening to me. Maybe everybody's bored with phones, but I'm sure that thanks to your eyes, we'll be thinking about that. So part of my research is about how important are the eyes. And this is important, for example, to avoid dementia, but as well, something I'm doing is about dry eye. Yes? And I explain why it's so important, dry eye. This is the research we're doing. So you see that we are, and the people on the back, they are also doing research with proteins and muscles, and they are doing exercise. So just following with the previous presentation. But our group here, what we're doing is we're just focusing on the eyes, and I will explain a little bit more the things we're doing. So the things we're doing, we're checking the eye, and I don't know if you see the eye movement here in this camera. You can see how the tear film is moving around. Did you see that? Yes? Perfect. And we're just recording all of that with super cool machines. And you can see, for example, how the eyes are moving. I'm just trying to make this work. And we are recording all the different positions and how everything is going. And we get all of this information to try to understand how the eyes work and how the tear film works. Because in this way, we can try to explain dry eye. Why is dry eye important in aerospace? Why? If you have more important things like proteins, muscles, why you care about dry eye? Yes? Somebody has dry eye here. Maybe. But somebody has took a long flight and got dry eye, discomfort of the eyes. Can you raise hands? Perfect. Imagine that instead of 20 hours, you are not for 20 hours, you are for 20 days. That's a nightmare. Yes? So you have to imagine that at least 30% of the astronauts complain about dry eye, but reality is going to be more likely higher. But they usually don't complain because otherwise they will not go to aerospace again. So we think that's important because it's 5 times worse. And one of the challenges is that we cannot give treatments. How you can put the eye drops? Thought about that? No. But also it's important because if you are uncomfortable, you're not going to work so well. And that's something interesting. And we have non-disclosure agreement with the SpaceX. And also about that, and following some of the comments, we do all of these things to try to understand how we can improve things and how we can involve the research with the aerospace to bring it to Earth. Yes? We did a publication, you can find it, it's called Dry Eye Disease in Astronauts. Yes, it's for 1.5 years ago, and every month we got a new citation. And mostly every hour is somebody around the world is reading this article. and doesn't take 1 hour, but in average, it has a lot of interest. And this is what we're doing, and I will try to explain some of the things. So you can see here that we're making all the assessments, and I will explain that if you realize here on my neck, you can see that I have veins around my neck, yes? So now, you can see me, I'm talking in public, I'm super nervous, yes? But even like that, you cannot see the veins in my neck, or you cannot see the veins in my forehead, yes? Even if it's Monday in the morning, I don't have these forehead veins. But all of that is important, and I will explain you why, to try to understand the function of the eye, because the function of the eye and the tear film is not like one picture, it's something dynamic, which is very cool to try to understand. It's moving all the time. And this is important, for example, because a lot of things are involved. One of the things is about physics, to try to understand the tear film is created by water, so the properties are different without gravity than on Earth. And you can see in this picture, and I will explain you what we have done in our group, you can see around the eye, do we have tissue around the eyes? And of course, this is going to affect the way we blink. And another thing is dust. There's no gravity, so everything is floating around, yes? Thank God I don't have that in my house, because otherwise it will be a nightmare. So you can see that a lot of things can be involving why we have this problem. And I will try to explain some of the things we have been talking and working in the group. So you saw in the picture at the beginning, this is me, yes? This is the same day. So you can see in the picture of the left that I have almost the eyes closed, and you can see the veins in the forehead. Yes, that's not a healthy face. Yes? That's not a Monday AM face. But if you see the difference, it's the same day, how everything changes. Yes? So we have to imagine that when there's no gravity, when we're in microgravity, a lot of the fluid that I have usually in my legs, because I'm rather tall, is going to be distributed even. So does it make sense what I'm saying? So right now, yes, I don't have a lot of flow in my brain because most of my blood is in my feet. Yes, but when I have when I'm in microgravity, it means that all the flow is distributed even. That's why my face looks so puffy. Yes, and that's interesting. And one of the things you can see here as well in this picture, you can see here my colleague, well, my friend with the forehead, and you can see this vein in the middle, and you can see the faces. And when we see these things with more detail, and I will explain that the eyelids and the eyebrow change. Yes? So this is part of the things we can explain at the moment, and this comes with another publication we got a couple of months ago. So you can see how it changes the face when we are in normal gravity than when we're in microgravity. You can see here the veins in the forehead. You can see the vein in my neck. But one of the things that changes is the position of the eyebrows and the position of the eyelids. Do you see the difference? And we think that's important for dry eye and for other problems. And you can see that. Yeah, so Katy Perry, yes. I can tell you, sorry, I don't know. There's two possibilities. I don't know if she was flying microgravity or not, but maybe she was reading our article and they manipulate the picture. I don't know. But with the knowledge that we have, looks like that she could be microgravity or they modify the pictures after reading our article. Yes? She spent less time in microgravity than us, yes, but she sings better than me. You can see that the eyelid change, and as well you can see that the eyebrow changes. Yes? This is the same thing that we described, and I was showing you the pictures before. So you can see that makes sense. And people have been flying for longer in NASA. They realize as well that these changes, we have 20 seconds, you can see how it changes. If the situation the patients are, if the astronauts are for longer, this effect lasts longer, which is rather interesting to see the adaptation in a strange situation. These are a little bit of things we wanted to explain. Yes, I think that this type of research is interesting, is cool. We have been able to work with solutions, how we can try to treat dry eye in a space. That's difficult. So one of the options we have been working is a device that what is making you cry. Yes? The equivalent of that would be if you get a hair off your nose and you would pull it, Yes, you will begin to cry. So mostly it's creating the same sort of effect. And you know, just to involve that when we do this type of things, it involves a great group of people. Yeah, so it comes with doctors, it comes with astronauts, it comes with engineers, it comes from people out of a different background. And you can see me here because I'm the tallest one of the group. Yeah, so it's for certain things, being the tallest puppy is good. And these are a little bit of the things we wanted to explain. That, of course, is a pleasure to bring New Zealand flag to this type of research, to give perspective of things and to make a difference. But one of the interesting things is to bring the expectations a little bit higher and give a different perspective of things we're doing at the University of Otago. And I think maybe it's one of the key learnings of what I have been doing, is to think something different, create something different, and see things different. And I think maybe that's the learning point of what I will bring to the university. Thank you so much.